Yo, what's up, guys? James Carter TV here to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, my favorite team in the NBA, selecting D'Angelo Russell with the second pick of the 2015 NBA Draft. I had projected them to take Jahlil Okafor, who was number 2 on my 2015 NBA Draft big board, but they decided to take D'Angelo Russell, who was number 3 on my 2015 NBA draft big board. And this is the issue that I have. I'm not going to cry too much. I mean, it's hard to cry and say, oh my God, we just drafted an all-star point guard. I mean, I'm not going to cry about that. But we just took an all-star when we could have had a superstar, because 5 years from this moment, we will be looking at Jahlil Okafor as a all-NBA player, as a player that is top 3 in his position, probably behind Karl Anthony Towns and Dwight Howard, or maybe Dwight Howard just out of there by then, and DeMarcus Cousins, or some sort of order there. I thought that highly of Jahlil Okafor. He's going to be a perennial all-star player, a consistent all-star player, a 24-10 guy when it was all said and done. But they decided to take D'Angelo Russell, who to me is going to be a good NBA player. I think he's going to be a 20-6-5 guy. But you're talking about a 20-6-5 guy versus a 24-10 guy. Give me the 24-10 guy. That is the better player. That is the superstar. That D'Angelo Russell is going to be a good player. He is going to be a good player. But he is not going to be a great player like Jahlil Okafor was going to be. He is not going to be, to me, a top 3 player at this position like Jahlil Okafor was going to be. When I look at D'Angelo Russell, I see someone that has the ability to make shots, the ability to orchestrate your offense, to be the shot creator for your offense. But he's not going to win an MVP. He's not going to be one of the players that you look at and you say he's a top 5, top 10 NBA player. I don't see it. I don't project it. I think he's going to be an all-star. I think he's going to be around the same talent level. Not in the way they play. Don't listen to me. Not the way they play, but in terms of production, the same level as a Tony Parker. You know they're good. You know they're a top 10, player at their position. A Deron Williams. Yes, that's a great comparison. Deron Williams, where they are an above average player at their position, and having them is not a bad thing. But I'm sure you would rather have a better player, a Dwight Howard, a Marc Gasol, than a Deron Williams or Tony Parker, because those players just don't have the little extra superstardom that could push you over the top. But with that said, at the end of the day, D'Angelo Russell might win more championships, not even might, I say will, than Jahlil Okafor, and that will take the debate. D'Angelo Russell will win championships, and I'm going to be happy about that. But I think they missed out on a superstar here. But if they get LaMarcus Aldridge or Kevin Love in free agency, hey, I'm not crying, because at the end of the day, Jordan Clarkson, D'Angelo Russell will be playing point guard. So D'Angelo Russell, Jordan Clarkson, Kobe Bryant, Julius Randle, and a free agent center that they add, that is a playoff team. And that is a team with that young nucleus in Clarkson, Randle, Russell, and hopefully the free agent center is somewhat young, that can move forward and develop together and prepare for Kevin Love, Chase, not saying we're going to get him, but chasing Kevin Love in 2016. And if I'm Kevin Love and I see Kobe Bryant retired, that small forward spot is empty, let me just slide into that starting lineup and look at all this talent around me. That's what I'm saying if I'm Kevin Durant. But he probably wants to go to Washington, and I understand that. But, I mean, the Lakers, I give this a B+. Overall, I like the pick. You got an all-star. Great. You got an all-star point guard. But you didn't get the superstar in Jahlil Okafor, a guy who was going to get you 24-9 or 10 for multiple seasons. But I guess, and the thing is, let me just say this. You know, the NBA analysts on ESPN love saying you need someone to match up against Stephen Curry and Russell Westbrook and James Harden in the West. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, why are people believing that crap? Let's go back, shall we, to a time when Shaquille O'Neal was on the Los Angeles Lakers, was the most dominant center of all time. No one could guard that person. Why? Because no one was as big as that kid. Jahlil Okafor. Because all of these NBA teams want to go small, they're going to realize, wait a minute, no one's as big as this kid. This kid is going to dominate us because he's just bigger than everyone else. Then everyone else will say, well, now we need centers because this kid is dominating us. It's just like in middle school and elementary school. We want the tall kid. Just because he's taller than everyone else, he will do well. And that element of the NBA is never going away. The basketball, the tallest kid on the court will make plays just because of his height. And that is what the Lakers, and on top of that, he's really good at it. So even if when you throw big players at him, he still converts 66% from field goal percentage in 2014, 15 season college basketball. That is extremely efficient. Especially for a guy that had to produce as much as he had to for Duke University. Again, I think they missed out on the superstar here. I think Jahlil Okafor will be a consistent all-star for Philly in the East. I'm not sure if he's ever going to win anything because Philly is corrupt, but I think the Lakers, the B+, you got yourself an all-star player. But this is not the player that's going to lead you into the promised land. I think when it's all said and done, in order for them to win another championship, he needs to be the second best player on the team. And that's what I believe. Until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.